Well, these days we live in the era of fake news and, in many cases, fake people. And Linda was the antithesis of that, a genuine article. And from the on-air banter and her taking bits and pieces of her real life and putting that on the air for fodder, it made her honest, and people really believed her and what she was selling, regardless of what it was. And you know, she was such a great family person, and we talked about her family on the air. We talked about my family, but her family was really funny, and she wouldn't be mad at me saying this, but they were total rednecks, and it made for great comedy on the air. In the world of radio, so many people are afraid to actually reveal themselves on the air, and that's what made her so special, is that she was totally transparent. And she wasn't always the most polished broadcaster. And when I came to work with her in 1999, she asked me to help her with some of the professional issues she was having on the air. And I said, you don't need that. You just need to continue to be who you are, because it's real and it's impactful. And that's one of many things that made her be a Hall of Famer today. Linda had a real can-do spirit. She always said that if you want something done, you tell a man. If you want something done, you tell a woman. And she was all about, you know, getting things done and being helpful. And back in 2003, I was the PA announcer for the Detroit Lions. And unfortunately, I had an illness going on at the time, and I was hospitalized. And I was really fretting. She and I had a conversation on the phone one day, and I told her, I said, I'm worried that I'm not going to make it out of the hospital to do the game that Sunday with the Lions and the Steelers. And she pauses for a second, and she comes back on and she says, I'll do it. Now, to the best of my knowledge, Linda had never been to a Lions game, let alone, you know, go on a mic in front of 70,000 people and do a game. I'm sure she would have done a great job, but just didn't have the experience. But she said, I can do this. I'll do it for you. So I was respectful in saying, you know, they're probably going to have to get somebody else to fill in. I don't think this is in your wheelhouse. So she let it go. 2 days later, I get a phone call from the director of communications from the Detroit Lions, and he says, do you know Linda Lee? And I go, yeah. And he said, are you crazy? She just called me and said that she's going to be filling in for you this weekend on the Lions and Steelers game, being nominated for the Hall of Fame. There's really nobody that I know personally that deserved it more than Linda. And I think about her daughters, and I think about her husband. They're going to be at the ceremony to accept it for her, and I just have the feeling that she's going to be looking down and she's going to be so proud. I just wish she could have made it there.